Here are the 10 most common causes of failing your driving test. This is not to scare you, but to make you more aware. Observations at junctions. Emerging from T-junctions. If turning left, always check to the right to make sure no one is overtaking a parked car on the other side of the road. If your view is restricted due to a hedge, wall, signs, parked cars or pedestrians, stop behind the give way mark and peep and creep. At roundabouts, look into the roundabout in plenty of time and properly assess the situation. Make necessary precautions turning into a new road, especially if you're unable to see until you get into the new road. You will fail if you force another road user to stop, swerve or slow down. Common problem is drivers arriving at junctions too quickly, so are unable to make proper observations. Use of mirrors. Throughout the driving test, use the correct procedure. You must look in your mirrors before you signal, then do your manoeuvre. You must keep up to date with everything that is going on around you. If you do not know where a vehicle behind you turned off, you're not checking your mirrors enough. You should check your mirrors always before signalling, change of speed, change of direction, for example, parked cars, changing lanes, including the unexpected. The only time you would not check your mirrors is if you had to do emergency stop. Where mirrors are not enough, remember to do your blind spot check. For example, setting off from the side of the road, or if necessary, a rear observation. The common fault is signalling before checking the mirrors. Always check your mirrors first. Control. Lack of steering control. Letting the steering wheel slip through your hands. Keep hold of the steering wheel all times. Smooth steering. Try to think about your steering as if the examiner had a bowl of water on the knee. You do not wish to spill any water. It will give the examiner confidence in you, unless of course you have to get out of a situation, which you would be forgiven for. Steering too early. For example, turning right from major to minor road. Do not let the back wheel cross the white line to be on the other side of the road. Keep your side of the road, stay in natural driving position. Steering too late could cause you to snake, or in the worst case scenario, hit the curb. Drifting is caused when you stare at something for too long, not looking back at your road position. Do not stare at oncoming traffic, do not look at the gear stick, or tense up when you're changing gear. Junctions. Turning right. Get your correct position for major to minor and minor to major roads. Snaking. If you go past your point of turn, you will inevitably snake and possibly find yourself on the wrong side of the road due to oversteering, not at the correct point of turn. Turning too early. This could be that you have stopped before your point of turn and cutting off the white lines at the T-junction with your back wheels. Mirror check. If you have to stop to turn right from major to a minor road, always check your right mirror before moving off. Positioning. Position yourself on the white dotted central line straight at a T-junction, so when you pull out, you do not cut the corner. Positioning. The vehicle should be correctly positioned at all times, i.e. normally positioned to the left of the road unless road markings dictate. For example, turning right on a one-way street, stay on the correct side of the road. Faults can occur when positioning incorrectly at junctions and roundabouts. Your position will help tell other road users where you intend to go. This will also be backed up by your signalling if you're turning left or right. You must also keep a safe distance away from parked vehicles and obstructions. Remember, less space, lower speed. Common fault. Positioning the vehicle over the centre line when turning right and cutting the road markings. Moving off. During the test, you will be asked to pull in and move off several times. This may include pulling away on a level road, on an uphill or downhill gradient, pulling off at an angle, which manoeuvre they wish you to do, the independent driving, and possibly that you'll be told to perform an emergency stop. You must take effective observation during moving off. Make sure you do your 5 or 6 point check. Ask yourself before you signal, will somebody benefit from my signal? If you do signal incorrectly, this should be a minor. However, 3 times it becomes a serious fault. Remember the most common fault, not checking the right shoulder blind spot before moving off. This is particularly important. Moving off at an angle, you'll be marked down for not being in control, getting too close to the car in front and or snaking. Uphill start. Do not roll back. Be in the correct gear and do not change gear too quickly when pulling away. Response to signals. Traffic lights. Make sure you are in the correct lane. Look and watch them so when they change you are ready to move off with the traffic. Don't be a sheep and make sure you know the signals. Orange light. If the lights have been at green for a length of time, always be prepared to stop. Check your mirror, ask if it's safe to do so. If you are less than 2 car lengths away from the stop line, it may be safer to pass through, as long as you do not cross the stop line before the red light. Directional traffic lights. Make sure if there are arrow traffic lights, you have the green light. If the traffic lights only have one circle green light, it is for everyone to move off from this area. Reverse parking exercise. Control your speed. Accuracy is not of the utmost importance during the manoeuvre. However, safety and making the correct observations are. Although it is possible to get a serious fault for not being reasonably close and parallel to the curb at the end, you are normally allowed to correct yourself once. Do not go onto the other side of the road, as cars turning into the new road need to have free passage to pass. You must act correctly on what you see. In other words, stop if there are other vehicles or pedestrians around you. Common fault, not taking effective observations and checking over your right side before the vehicle swings out. Response to signals. Know your road markings and road signs, giving the correct signals. For example, to change lanes and stay in the correct lane as per the road markings. If you're on a one-way street, remember if you are turning right, this is the only time you are permitted to be in the right-hand lane. Watch out for no-through roads. Know your road markings and signs. For example, in Knaresborough, you can be approaching what looks like a straight road to a junction that suddenly turns into a no-through road only for the road to go right at the last minute. What the examiner is looking for. All the driving examiner is looking for is a safe and competent driver. You must also demonstrate the knowledge you obtained from the highway code. Put it into practice on the road. Inappropriate speed and hesitation. The 2 main reasons here. The most obvious is travelling over the legal speed limit. The other problem can be driving too slowly on progression routes. Try and drive to the best of your ability and keep concentrating until the end of the test. Very much looking forward to seeing you. I'll be posting more videos on how to teach driving. Please watch how to prepare for your UK driving test. Many thanks.